them. They had the gall to say that just anybody who opposes them, they'll go tell the media they speak. Anybody who opposes them, they'll just
Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Okay, so today we're going to talk about Charles Hoskinson's addition back to the ETC cooperative. Those of you who've been with ETC for a while now know that he's been around for a long time, and he left based on some disagreements with some of the core people, and he's back. So today we're gonna have a discussion. Okay, the question is, do you think Charles Hoskinson is good for ETC? And also, if you think he's good, tell us why you think he's good. If you think he's bad for ETC, tell us why you think he's bad for ETC. I believe Donald is not happy about this. I actually did not contact him, but I think I will try to contact him and see if he can come and explain his point of view, because I do value his point of view. So I want to know what he has to say about this and why he's not happy about it. Because there's a, he is among the old school people who kept ETC alive to today. So we have to listen to them as well. Okay, so no matter what innovation we are aspiring, we have to listen to the original people who kept it going till now as well. So I really want to hear his opinion. What do I think of Donald quitting again? Well, that's just what I said. I want to hear his opinion. I want to interview him because I do value his opinion, and there's always something to learn. So I'm gonna try and email him and see. So hopefully we can get him here to talk about it. Yo, Pedro, what's up, Pedro? It's because Charles wants the Treasury and ETC, plain and simple. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you made it. Okay, good. good. I just got online, and I was going to check to see if you made it. So we thank God you made it. That's good. What an interesting way to find out that you made it. All right. So. Okay, so you think it's just because of the Treasury, right? Plain and simple. Well, I mean, it could be one of the reasons, right? It could be one of the reasons. On a recent live that Charles had, he was talking about meeting what was the creator of Ethereum. His name starts with V. Vitalik, yeah. He met Vitalik, and then they asked him, what transpired, and he said, "Oh, it's been several years since he saw him." And for me, you don't need to tell me that you've had a falling out with somebody. All you need to do is to talk about the person for a few seconds, and then I can read between the lines. So clearly, he had a falling out with him before, and then during the live, he said, "You know what? He doesn't want anybody to ask him about Ethereum again. He's not working for Ethereum anymore. The only thing he's going to talk about now is Cardano." So it was clear that there was some bad blood between him and Vitalik. So that's one thing. Okay. Now, the success of ETC is going to undermine Ethereum to some extent. If ETC all of a sudden becomes innovative, becomes explosive and stuff, it's going to undermine Ethereum to some extent. Vitalik is not going to be happy about that. And just from what I said earlier, the earlier premise that he has some kind of bad blood, anything that will make Vitalik unhappy, that will slow down Vitalik's focus or whatever, might make him happy. Okay, so maybe in a way, he will try to lift ETC, but his views do not go in line with some of the original people who stuck around with ETC. That's why he left the first time. And but I have a few clips that I want to play today, and then you guys will see what plans he has for ETC. So according to him, ETC shouldn't even be called Ethereum Classic. It's like, develop it as a proof of work, the best proof of work, chain out there. Change the name and whatnot. So I'm going to play a few clips of him talking about what he plans to do with ETC, and which will give us an insight as to what he might start proposing now that he is in the ETC cooperative. Okay, and I would have to be pausing these clips, otherwise YouTube might take it down. So I'll pause it and then say something so that it doesn't go down. So yeah, Jules, super interesting. You're welcome. All right, so I'm going to start playing. I'll play this one first. If you guys can hear, okay, just let me know. If you cannot hear, if you don't get audio, say no audio so that I know that. All right.
The bill to remove the Electoral College, do you think it'll pass? You can't. An ecosystem. Other people came and got them to a certain point and then left. 4 years later, come back, and ecosystem's not really in good hands. And so we're making a proposal to do something different, and we'll see what happens. And the community will decide one way or the other. And maybe they want to do something, maybe they don't want to do something, and they'll be given a fair choice. Now, if they want to do something, then we get to go explore code is law. The only other cryptocurrency that can do that is Bitcoin, and they're not going to do that. So that's really cool. And if we win the proposal, we're going to hire a full-time philosopher to work just alongside the development team and actually write a whole corpus of knowledge about this very idea. This is totally different from anything we're doing with Cardano or other projects. It's exploring a very philosophical viewpoint about how cryptocurrencies ought to work. Law.
All right, so sorry guys. I just wanted to pause it for a second before YouTube takes it down. But I think this is where Donald's dislike for Charles might start coming in, because just not too long ago he was complaining about the fact that Cardano is moving slowly because Charles has hired PhDs to write marketing campaigns and stuff, and kind of sounds like what he wants to do here. Okay, he is kind of like the mastermind management type who likes to hire the right people to get the job done. So I think that is his approach, and personally I don't think it's necessarily a bad approach. Okay, but the original people might have something to say, and I want to hear their end as well. So I'm gonna finish playing this clip. Sorry.
The only other cryptocurrency that can do that is Bitcoin, and they're not going to do that. So that's really cool. And if we win the proposal, we're going to hire a full-time philosopher to work just alongside the development team and actually write a whole corpus of knowledge about this very idea. This is totally different from anything we're doing with Cardano or other projects. It's exploring a very philosophical viewpoint about how cryptocurrencies ought to work. And we can innovate inside that space. And I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. Who knows what the value and size of that is going to be, if it's small or large, or the market appetite. But that's the point of being an innovator, and that's the point of creating things and exploring things and building a community, a distinct community that does things differently. And I'd like to change the name. If we go to a new standard, it makes no sense to be called Ethereum Classic.
What do you guys think about changing the name? What do you guys think? If you agree with changing the name so that you get rid of any connection to Ethereum whatsoever, because the route that ETC can take can be completely different from what Ethereum is planning to do with ETH 2.0. If you agree with changing the name in the future, type 1 in the comments below. 1 if you agree with changing the name. If you don't agree, type 2.
Throw all that past and toxicity away. Go do something novel and new and be your own man.
All right, so that's one clip. I do have another clip I will be playing here soon. So I mean, the comments, the overall comments, were very, came from many different angles, many different angles. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. It was all over the place. So let me see here while I bring up the next thing. I'm taking a quick look at this. Guys, and if you haven't liked the video, please do well and give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Oh, and on Twitter, somebody who has a lot of time on their hands somehow just decided to come for me. I don't know, man. You have so many layers of skin to go through, whoever you are. They claim that I called 3 different dates of the Mantis update, and I don't know. Every time I said it, I'm like, look, it is very likely going to be around the 27th. And the first time the ETC cooperative tweeted the update, they actually made a mistake. They said 7th, and I sent them a message to tell them that, hey, it is the 27th. Okay, it's likely going to be around the 27th. And I don't know when I mentioned 3 dates, but somebody believed that I mentioned 3 dates. I keep pushing it so that people will buy and I'll get rich. If you've been listening to me and you think I'm trying to sell ETC in this short term, anything below $1,000, then you haven't ever listened to me. Okay, so again, wrong priorities, misplaced anger, whoever they are on Twitter. I'm not going to block them. No, they have to stick around to see us when we get to Valhalla. They need to stick around so that they'll see us through. So I'm not going to block them. All right, let's see. So how many? Okay, what do you guys think? Sounds good. Okay, Romero Steven says Charles likes ETC not just for treasury, but he sees it as an R&D, yes, research and development opportunity for crypto, and wants it to really try new risky things for it. Very good. Yogi, respect. Jules is down for the name change. Okay, name change of ETC. I wonder what it would be, but I don't know if the masses would agree though. And the way the decision making is in ETC right now, it takes long for a decision to be made. So that's one other thing. Yes, because it can be a great currency. Okay, good. So Romero is also okay with the name change. Okay. Just the name. Gotta get out of here. Why make it better? Keep the name. Wait. Oh, change the name. Okay, you don't want to change the name. Okay. Okay. Keep the name. Okay. Everybody has an opinion. I mean, the name is not a big deal, but it's just when new people come in in the crypto space, it takes a while to learn everything they need to learn. And if the very first thing they see about your coin is Ethereum Classic, right off the bat, they associate your coin to Ethereum and they try to now go dig up history when we can actually drop the history and move forward. Okay, move forward as the next big smart chain platform, the next big whatever you want it to be. So for me, I think the name, even though it's not that big of a deal, it's just it just helps it with a new identity and pushes it forward. Yeah. Okay. See, Jules, somebody said that. She said, yes, I approximated, and they remember me speaking on this. So I don't know why the person tweeted and then retweeted, tagged me in 10 different tweets whatsoever. But anyway, you can't be if there's nobody hating on you, it means you're not doing well enough. So I'll take that. Jared said no. Jared doesn't want the name to change. That's cool, Jared. Why don't you want the name to change? Let's hear it. All right. Romero. Well, some opinion will lead to great projects. That's right. It needs to separate from the history to move forward. True. True. Okay, so here's another clip that I have that I wanted to play. I'm going to start from here because the beginning part, he was just like ranting against the people who so it got to a point about 4 years ago, the ETC core people, okay, actually really disliked Charles Hoskinson because he was doing so much to push it. And they didn't like that level of governance, okay? So I think there were some issues, but these are his ideas. This video is from last year, August. The first one I played was from this year, January. So these are his ideas of moving ETC forward. So very likely, now that he's in the ETC cooperative, he might be trying to push that idea into other people's minds as well.
Anybody who opposes them, they'll go tell the media they speak for everybody and attack us. So you know what? We're just telling people vote at this point. I does not care. I just don't. I say, guys, we're going to propose a roadmap. We're going to show you who we are. We've already written 2 ECIPs. We've submitted them. They had the gall to say that we didn't, but we did. And they're publicly available. Everybody can see them. And if you like what we've done, download the Mantis client. If you don't, stick with them. And if enough people download that, we'll hard fork. If not, well, okay. It's clear this ecosystem wants to stay in the past. And it's very clear that they have no desire to innovate. But at least we can then leave and say we tried, and that every single person who is in that ecosystem was given a choice. That's what ETC was always about to me. It wasn't about killing ETH and, ETH is wrong and ETC is right. It was saying that there were 2 philosophies and the choice needed to exist. And so now it's there again. And come November, people will have that choice. They can make that choice and they can decide what to do. And we'll see how many people want to go along with that. It's in everybody's best interest for ETC to survive and thrive and become a prominent ecosystem with its own community. And for that community to get along with our community and the Cardano side and other communities, including Ethereum itself. It's in no one's best interest for something that people have spent years of their life on and money on just collapse and die and burn into the ground because of arrogance and ego and bizarre co-option of values. Really isn't. And so wherever possible, of course, we're going to.
All right, just got to pause it for a few seconds here so that YouTube doesn't take it down. And by the way, I'm playing this from the Charles iOS clips. Please subscribe to him. I will show the channel.
And, be there. And, at the end of the day, if people go along with what we say, here's what's going to happen. Come Q1 of 2021, there'll be 3 clients, 3 choices with 3 independent teams, all working together, and I'll cover the beer, and they're going to figure out a beautiful roadmap 2021 for ETC to go and do something unique to that ecosystem, to the values of that ecosystem, which is complementary to other systems like the F2s and the Cardanos and so forth, and it'll have real value. And the people in that community will be doing real things, and it will never be called a copy-paste coin because it will never have to copy-paste things from Ethereum. It'll be doing its own thing, living its own life, moving in its own direction. That's what I'd like to see. Sustainability, independence, and vision exist. And we'll find out what happens.
All right. So, already some of that copy-paste stuff is gone. ETC is not using the ETH hash anymore. We're using ETC hash. Okay. We have our ETC has its own other measures in place now for security. So some of these have been kind of addressed by the side, by all the volunteers who have been working on it. But he doesn't just believe in just relying on just volunteers. Okay, he believes in getting people, paying them to do the job, even if it's not just individuals, even if it is coding companies who come with a bunch of programmers. You give them a block of code, tell them exactly what you want that to do, and it gets the job done. But the original code is law people, some don't agree with that form of moving things forward. So it is going to get a little interesting. But so these clips, if you go to Charles Hoskinson page, his live videos are there, but they are very long. Oh, I haven't even subscribed. So this is Hos clips. You can find some clips from him. I just subscribed, guys. And go ahead and subscribe. Thank you, Hos clips. Play some of your videos on here. So It's, I mean, it is interesting, but Charles is not new to ETC. Okay, Charles has been around a long time in ETC. He's done a lot of work. He's sacrificed some of his own money in ETC, left it for several years, and now the ETC cooperative has him back. Okay, so now that he's joined the team again, the question is, what is his plan now? I have seen what he's doing with Cardano, and I've always been pro Cardano. I've told you guys that when what he's doing with Cardano is that he's trying to make sure that when it takes off, it's not going to have problems with scalability and other stuff. And he's trying to make it a little bit more unique. He already has contracts that are signed by nations. Okay, it's pretty good leadership. I mean, to the point where 71% of people who are holding Cardano have decided to stake it, put it away, and forget about it. So it is. So he's done a lot. He knows a lot about cryptocurrencies. If you are, if you think about a few people who have been around for a long time and who know a lot about cryptocurrencies, it's Charles Hoskinson. So if he's one of the faces of ETC, it makes people want to learn more about ETC. Like, what would make him join ETC when ETC is always being attacked or hacked or stuff like that? Because then they will learn and realize, okay, these attacks and hacks probably not happening anymore because of the updates. Then they will start learning all the new things, the new developments that have happened, because ETC has just been swept under the rug for a while. So personally, I think he's good, okay, for ETC, but those in there, the old people, the old school people in there who have kept it alive for long till now, may not necessarily think so. I do want to hear their point of view, okay, because I'm newer to ETC, and of course, I'm always ready to learn. I'm always ready to learn. So I think who doesn't like Charles joining ETC? Who doesn't like the idea of bringing Charles on? I mean, it's already done, but if you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. Then there's some other stuff I wanted to show you guys here real quick. Maybe let's take a quick look at the markets today. You don't believe this? What do you mean you don't believe this? You don't believe that they brought Charles on to ETC? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Charles worked on ETC for several years before he left, okay? And if there's one person who knows the ins and outs, he's probably one of them as well. So exactly. So, I mean, if they anger him enough, if they insult him enough, he might get angry and leave again, okay? And so, again, all right. Okay, just for fit says bringing a wealth of knowledge. Of course, you can. Sometimes very little ideas from different people coming together might propel this thing higher than it probably ever would get. So, Coca-Cola. Hey, Coca-Cola, what's up? Long time. ETC, Charles Rich quit just like Donald. Yes, Donald McIntyre said he quit ETC yesterday. And I you know what? I don't want to make any comments because I haven't spoken to him. I'm going to send him an email, right after this live. And I want to know if he would want to come on and share why he doesn't want Charles on. Okay, if you guys want him to come and talk about why he doesn't like the idea of Charles Hoskinson coming on, type 1 in the comments. Let's see if we get some ones. I'll ask him to come and talk about it because I want all opinions to be here. I want everybody to be able to share their opinions here. And he's been in ETC a lot longer than I have. So, of course, he has experienced a lot more in ETC than I have. But personally, okay, just from my own analysis and whatever, I think, it can't be that bad to get someone with this much experience back on the team, get another face on the team that would make people want to know more about ETC. I don't think it can be that bad. So, all right. We want to see if Charles has mentioned it. He left ETH originally because he did not like the ETH project. Why would he return when his project is making strides to get smart contracts? You know what? Okay, here's the thing. That's you know what? To some extent, Chef, to some extent you're right. To some extent you're right. Okay. To some extent you're right. But I know the ETC cooperative hasn't been hacked. I'm in the process of talking to the president and Bob and trying to bring him on here. Okay, so there has been enough time between yesterday and today that if this was a wrong post, it probably would have been taken down. But here are some other things that I know. Charles has spent millions of his own money building ETC. Okay, he left because he had dreams, visions, and I think he was moving a little too fast for the original people. So in this video that I played, I might just play the whole thing again. I mean, at this point, YouTube can take it down or whatever. But what he said was, so he had all these plans for it, but they wanted to stick with the old. He wants to keep code is law, okay? But they wanted to go at a pace that to him was going to be too slow. And of course, he left for 4 years and he came back and they were at the same place that they started, okay? Let me see if this is the right video. Yeah, let me go back here and let's see.
Taproot, you know, there are dozens of really strong options here, some that actually overlap with the values of our ecosystem, which are better platforms than us to deploy things on. And every week, it seems like there's a 51% attack and we're losing liquidity. And some people have recognized that now is the time to actually put a flag down and say, this ecosystem is worth saving. Let's invest in the people who will build the things to save us by embracing a treasury system. Other people have said, no, we have a roadmap. We put $1 million into UNICEF and, you know, we're doing stuff and we copy paste Ethereum with clients we didn't even build. And that'll get us where we need to go. And we'll wake up tomorrow and we'll have $10 billion market cap and everything will be great. Oh, and don't worry about these 51% attacks. We'll just borrow security from another system, whether it be Veriblock or PureCard or a checkpointing system. That's like putting somebody on life support on a ventilator. It's easy to put them on. It's really hard to take them off if they're very sick. And usually they die on the ventilator. Okay? So what's the exit strategy once you've embraced consensus from an alternative system? What are the philosophical implications of that? That group of people have no solutions, no answers. Just anybody who opposes them, they'll go tell the media they speak for everybody and attack us. So you know what? We're just telling people vote at this point. I does not care. I just don't. I say, guys, we're going to propose a roadmap. We're going to show you who we are. We've already written 2 ECIPs. We've submitted them. They had the gall to say that we didn't, but we did. And they're publicly available. Everybody can see them. And if you like what we've done, download the Mantis client. If you don't, stick with them. And if enough people download that, we'll hard fork. If not, well, okay. It's clear this ecosystem wants to stay in the past. And it's very clear that they have no desire to innovate. You know, but at least we can then leave and say we tried, and that every single person who is in that ecosystem was given a choice. That's what ETC was always about to me. It wasn't about killing ETH and, you know, ETH is wrong and ETC is right. It was saying that there were 2 philosophies and the choice needed to exist. And so now it's there again. And come November, people will have that choice. They can make that choice and they can decide what to do. And we'll see how many people want to go along with that. It's in everybody's best interest for ETC to survive and thrive and become a prominent ecosystem with its own community. And for that community to get along with our community and the Cardano side and other communities, including Ethereum itself. It's in no one's best interest for something that people have spent years of their life on and money on just collapse and die and burn into the ground because of arrogance and ego and bizarre co-option of values. Really isn't. And so wherever possible, of course, we're going to try to save something and be there. And, at the end of the day, if people go along with what we say, here's what's going to happen. Come Q1 of 2021, there'll be 3 clients, 3 choices with 3 independent teams, all working together. And I'll cover the beer. And they're going to figure out a beautiful roadmap 2021 for ETC to go and do something unique to that ecosystem, to the values of that ecosystem, which is complementary to other systems like the F2s and the Cardanos and so forth. And it'll have real value. And the people in that community will be doing real things, and it will never be called a copy-paste coin because it will never have to copy-paste things from Ethereum. It'll be doing its own thing, living its own life, moving in its own direction. That's what I'd like to see. Sustainability, independence, and vision exist. And we'll find out what happens. Hi, everybody. Charles Hoskinson here from warm, sunny Colorado. Time to talk a little.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so this is from last year. Okay, last year, and so what I'm trying to say is, this is like a peek into his vision for ETC. And if there's one person who has spent more money on ETC, is Charles Hoskinson. Way back when everybody was coming to volunteer to work on, there were some the ETC cooperative gets like 2% from Grayscale, 2% of the proceeds they make from trading ETC on there. They send it to ETC cooperative to hire programmers and stuff to work. When Charles came, he brought his own people, he paid everyone, and he didn't take any money. So if there's anybody who has actually put more money in ETC, it's Charles. Okay, and it's possible because he keeps talking about Cardano being interoperable with everything, and with him having an in on ETC, he might make that connection sooner than before. And very likely Charles has more ETC than a lot of people. Very, very likely. So of course it will be in his interest to build this as well. So it's just a few bits of the puzzle. It's like if the whole thing is a puzzle, nobody's going to tell you everything straightforward. The Cardano community is furious. Yesterday, the Cardano community was furious. They were commenting on this. They even showed up here that seems irresponsible to continue supporting a project that has been blah blah blah. I know these people. These are the Cardano community guys. Let me see. Somebody stated clearly that the Cardano community will not be happy about this. They want him to focus on Cardano and this and that. But Charles is thinking bigger than Cardano. He wants Cardano to be interoperable with every other major chain out there. Okay, so I mean, it's going to be a two-edged sword. It's probably not going to be a win-win, but I am more on the optimistic side. I have been listening to him. If you've been watching some of my lives, I've been listening to him of late, and some of his ideas, a few are a little bit out there, but that's how every great idea starts. Okay, so again, I want to hear the other side. I want to learn. I want to learn. I want to hear why people think he's definitely not a good fit for ETC. I feel like the way ETC is moving, decisions take a little too long to be made, and maybe with him on board, things might just go a little faster. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see, what comments do we have? Somebody says get rid of Donald. Donald, I mean, Donald is Donald. Okay, he smart guy, and I don't think he handles fights on Twitter very well. Okay, but of course he's just very passionate about the project. He's very passionate about the project, so that's why he takes things quite personally. So it is what it is. I would like to see if he has. Well, I haven't seen Charles himself mention it on any platform, but in this day and age, he's gotten enough time to deny it, and he hasn't denied it as well. So this is how social media works these days. Okay, people may not. If he mentions it, it's very likely this is going to pump ETC. You think the Cardano community will be happy? The Cardano community that have been supporting him from 71% all stake, they might not be too happy about that. So he's probably trying to keep it on the low and just trying to say, okay, I'm only on the board of ETC Cooperative. I don't have to do much and stuff like that. So that's just what I'm thinking. But then again, I could be wrong. So okay, so you guys want to hear from Donald. Okay. ETC plus bridge to ADA. Possible, chef, possible. It's very, very possible. And I mean, now that he's on the board, of course it would be easy. Of course it would be possible. And if you are an ETC holder, I don't see how this will be well, in a monetary sense, it's not gonna harm you. But if you are a believer in no governance whatsoever, no innovation, let's just do proof of work and hope for the best, hope people volunteer and come on, then you might not like the idea. But he's thinking about hiring specific people to perform specific functions and innovate ETC and push it out there, get it out of the shadow of ETH. And I don't know, I kind of like the idea. But again, I still want to hear what other people have to say about him joining and why they didn't like him in the first place. So I still want to hear all that while I still inform myself. So again, there's one person I would definitely like to talk to is Donald, and just to hear his perspective. Yeah. Yo, Mr. Dragon in the house. What's up, Mr. Dragon? Guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help the channel. It goes a long way. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's check some prices for the day. Oh, we're back to 33,000. Man, the last time I checked prices, we were about 31. That was, I don't know. It's been a while. Oh, ETH is down 21. I thought we were around 2,200. Okay. The market is still doing the sideways dance, man. Sideways dance. Did you guys see Doge yesterday? It dropped to 0.2, almost dropped below 0.2 yesterday. Let's see here. Chain link. ETC is back up to 50. ETC needs to hold 50. It just has to hold 50, because that 49, 448, it's just, it just has to hold 50. 50 just looks good on you. ETC just hold 50. That's all. Matic hasn't been doing very well of late. It's been slowly coming down after that huge pump. So keeping an eye on it. ICP is not a good performer. It's just up and down a lot, and it's very hard to predict because it's new, and started off around $600. I mean, I've read the white paper. Sounds good, but a lot of people who jumped in for the quick buck, for the newest, hottest project out there, and now profit taking is just rampant, and but it's still one of the most volatile projects out there. So it's one of the projects that can easily do a quick bounce up, if you know what I mean. So yeah. VeChain VeChain. It's the whole market, man. I call this a consolidation period. The consolidation period. If there's any coin you believe in, this is the period. This is the period. And if you are in for that quick, quick buck, maybe you might wait till we are in full bullish mode again. But the full bullish mode is going to come without warning. There's not going to be a warning. It's just going to happen. Okay, it's just going to happen. So if you believe in a coin, you just have to keep accumulating. Sorry, the kids are playing tricks on me here. They're trying to open the door and do stuff. I might have to end the live soon. Yes, Mr. Dragon. How many did a quick 35%? I was very pleased with that. Did a quick flip for that. I was very, very pleased with that. Because again, Harmony is my one of my long-term holds, and any opportunity I grab some more. And when things are going down south, I try to double up on my Harmony. So I did that quite a few times already. So quick, I think it went up to like 35%. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. All right. Okay. Let's check coin market cap and see what news we have today before we call off today. Market. All right. So what do we have? New coins in the house. DigiGold is delisting on Bitfinex. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this was on 9th. What's 9th? 9th is today. Okay, so Jack Dorsey commits to building a Bitcoin hardware wallet. Interesting stuff. I know he's always been a big proponent for Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all. I'm looking forward to a day I can sell a tweet for $1.6 million. All right, let's see here. Jared said you staked 20K Harmony last night. Nice. 20K coins. It's still nice. It's still nice, my friend. It's still nice, my friend. Last question. Did I switch the rig? No. I am currently at 0.8. 0.8. I think no 0.08 ETC. I need 0.01 for my ETH. I need 0.01 for my last dump. So when the rig dumps, which should happen on, I believe, Monday, it should dump on Monday. That's when I'll do the switch. I don't know if I can do it live, but I'll see. It depends on how things go. But after it dumps on Monday, that's when I would do the switch, because when I do the switch, I don't think I'm coming back to mining Ethereum. So that's why I want to make sure that it makes my last dump, and that way, after it dumps, I only have a few coins left on Flexpool, and I can forget about that. And and move forward with mining ETC for as long as I can, because it looks like I'm gonna say I'm about 60% to 70% certain that SHA-3 is not going to be a GPU mining algorithm. So that throws another wrench in the whole situation. Okay. Now, a lot of us were very excited about SHA-3 because of the security and all, but we are all also so excited about the small scale miner. Okay. A small scale miner is not going to, the small scale miner is not probably going to afford a lot of ASIC machines, which will be mining on CPUs, which, are mostly produced in China. And so if ETC does move to SHA-3 and it's indeed a CPU mining algorithm, it will definitely be safer. But then there will be the question of, okay, the little miners who want to join in the fun might find it a little bit more difficult to join in the fun. Okay. So I mean, I'm not very certain how it's going to end, but I'm still excited for the update, because it's much needed. Okay. All right. Hey, Rasmus, what's up, Rasmus? How you doing? Rasmus says, do you think we are in a bear market, or soon it will go bullish? Oh, at this point, we clearly have been in a bear market. But it's more of a sideways market. Okay, it's been several weeks now, and we've been between 30,000 for Bitcoin, 30,000 and 37,000. We've been in that range for so long. Okay, so we are more of in a sideways, bouncing in a channel, in a sideways market. And if it were with stocks, it's very easy to make money in a sideways market. You could go options and find some good spreads out there and make money in a sideways market. But with crypto, it's a little bit different. I mean, my strategy is just sideways market, accumulate, go long, accumulate consistently for a period and go long. And nobody has held Bitcoin for more than 2.5 years and has been at a loss. Nobody. And it applies to most, not all, okay, most cryptos as well. It's like the awareness every year, is exponential. So again, in a sideways market, which we are, that's when you accumulate. And you don't wait until September, November, when Bitcoin is all over the news. Bitcoin has broken 50,000 again. Bitcoin has broken 55,000 again. That's not the time to buy. That's when you start selling slowly, because you accumulated when the market was nice and low. Okay. So again, I always keep giving this example. If you accumulated Ethereum, March 2020, when Ethereum was $100, $100 was one Ethereum, $100. If you bought 2 every week, or maybe if you could afford 1 every week, you kept buying Ethereum at $100 every week. Okay, for at least the 2 months that it remained in that range. Okay, just imagine how much more you would have made. Okay, when it did hit $4,000. Okay, so again, don't be in a rush for bullish. I'm not in a rush for bullish. The longer we stay here, the longer I'm able to acquire my favorite coins, a lot more of them, so that when they pop, I can actually sell it and use it for big projects. So Mr. Jagan said he lied. Did you hear about the drama between George and Richard Hart? Supposedly will be a debate on crypto banter. Okay. Yes, I haven't watched George in a while. I have been trying to study so that I can help kids develop apps. So that's going to be my new job very soon. So I've been studying. So So I haven't watched George in a while, but George, I really do like George. I really do like George, and so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Kids got the app. You gotta run. All right, man. All right, man. Jared, thanks for stopping by. Jared, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Okay, so any more questions? Any more thoughts before I wrap it up for today? Any more thoughts before I wrap it up? Any more thoughts? Any more thoughts? So personally, again, let me just wrap it up. Personally, I believe that having Charles Hoskinson back in ETC is good because he's worked on it for a long time. He knows the ins and outs, and I think he's a great mind when it comes to blockchain innovation. And having, having such a mind in the room is great. Sometimes all you need is one simple comment to change something and make it epic. And again, code is law, proof of work, nothing is going to change. ETC is going to be in a very unique position. ETC will be closest to Bitcoin than any other coin. So if the masses begin to adopt and we get past the point where there's ever the possibility of a 51% attack, which we have been working very hard, to attain. And that's one of the reasons why he's back. He wouldn't come back to something that's completely, broken, that's completely unusable. No, he wouldn't. He's smarter than that. Okay. He wouldn't want to even attach his name to. But then again, we need full confirmation. We need full confirmation that he's actually on the team. I would like him to say something about it. But since last night till today, I haven't heard him say any. Actually, let me just go to his page and see. Let's see here if he did say anything about it. Well, guess what? He confirmed it. He retweeted it. Who was the one that asked earlier? He retweeted it. So I believe he is on board. Chef, I think it was Chef. Chef was concerned that this was not true. So Chef, he retweeted it. So I believe he is fully on board. And for me, I think it's good news. Okay. Donald McIntyre says he's done with ETC. He doesn't like Charles. He's one of the original people. He's one of the original Code is Law people. So I really do want to hear his point of view. And, there's always something to learn. There's always something to learn. So I really do want to hear his point of view. So I'm going to try and contact him. And if he's willing, I'll bring him on to talk about why he doesn't like Charles Hoskinson. I think that would be exciting. I want to hear his point of view. So thank you all for being here today. And I will, let's see. Aaron says, catch up, no lie, but you like the idea of changing the name. Okay. Aaron likes the idea. Okay. It needs a simpler, yes. You know what? I'm not totally against the idea of changing the name. Again, just because of what I said earlier, the name just new people who come in the system hear Ethereum Classic, and the first thing they do is attach it to Ethereum and then go and start researching how it started. And there's so much negative stuff out there, which is all outdated now because, we have a bunch of stuff. We have ETC hash now. We have other stuff that have been put in place to prevent a 51% attack. But that's all they see. They see lots of negative stuff, and it's hard for them to get past that. Okay, it's hard for them to get past that. So maybe a name change might be good for starters to get people through the door, to get people right to the good stuff, right away, instead of starting and being blocked, along the way. So yeah. All right. Rasmus says a lot of ETC players call him a snake. Well, sometimes. Here's the thing. Here's what you have to think about. Charles has been in ETC for so long, and he's been a very, very rich fella for so long. I believe he has a lot more ETC than a lot of people. So it is in his best interest to send ETC to the moon. And in that process, anyone who has also been accumulating ETC also goes to the moon. So the question is, being a snake, what is their, I want to hear their perspective of calling him a snake. Is it when he got angry and left because they call him names, or because there was a disagreement and he left and stuff like that? You know, I just want to know. I just want to know. I just want to know. All right, guys, thank you all for being here, and I will see you on my next live. And blessings, my friends.